So I noticed a trend on the American Music Awards last night. I didn't so I watch it for obvious reasons because it was not necessary and pertinent to the conversation at hand. You don't have to see the AMAs to know what I'm talking about in reference to award shows. I'm not big on award shows, period. As a matter of fact, I'm not big on awards, period.
He doesn't like celebrating your success.
Just a personal thing with me. As a matter of fact, I got yelled at one time when I was as an example, when I was ring announcing. So like, I don't know, a little less than 10 years ago, but a while ago. And there was a podcast. This is before I had a podcast. There was a podcast that was really big on the New York, New Jersey, kind of Connecticut kind of area pro wrestling scene. And they were doing an end of the year award show. And I got tagged in a post. I had never met these guys. I don't know shit about them. But I got tagged in a post that I was nominated for a ring announcer of the year. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, I don't know why, to this day, I really don't know why, I was pissed. It irked me so much that I messaged them and I was like, please don't do that. It's like, don't include me in that shit. Why? It's for recognition. And I was like, no, it's fine. I was like, please don't do that. So they did. They removed me and they nominated another person, which was great. As a matter of fact, I messaged them and said, hey, thanks. And then I shared their shit. Just to be nice.
I mean, they did the right thing. It doesn't make you any less of a weirdo, but explain why.
Here's the thing. So I thanked them. They thanked me. They set up a new thing. I shared that to have people vote and the whole shebang. And then like 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, one of them blocked me and the other one shared the post from the guy who blocked me. And it was like this giant promo about how much of an asshole I was. And I was like, oh, there you go. And that would be why. Because it's not, there's a lot of the times when people do the whole, hey, I want to help you out. Let me share your shit, or a lot of the time it's not really to help you out. They see someone making some sort of moves or doing some sort of thing, and they go, okay, I want to jump on that. So it's like, oh, you really didn't give a shit if I was nominated or not nominated or win, or if I was the best ring announcer in the North. You didn't give a shit about any of that. You went online and you were like, yo, who's making moves? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? And I know for a fact, because like I said, I've never met these guys. I don't know these guys. But I know for a fact if they were getting their nominees list, not just from ring announcers, but like just the list of all their categories from posts, when people would post, hey, tag your favorite, I don't know, referee, or tag your favorite valet or ring announcer or commentator or wrestler. So a bunch of people would tag their friends or whoever they thought was really good. And they were going down the list to see who had the most. And they go, cool. And they take that name to put it on their shit. They tag them so that then they'll share it out because people are marks. And they go, oh my God, I'm going to be referee of the year. But hey, everybody, vote for me. And they start sharing shit. And that's traction for them. It's not traction for you. It's traction
but
for
what if it was somebody who was kind of already established?
What do you mean? Like the person?
I don't know. I'm an award show that is an established award show or award nominated you. Would you be okay with that? Or was it was just like this is not a real award. This is like people trying to get their name out or some shit.
If it was an established thing, like, I don't know, like if PWI, right? If Pro Wrestling Illustrated was like, oh, we're going to do it, because they do awards. They do like Wrestler of the Year or Manager. They have that with the plaques and stuff. Mm-hmm. I still wouldn't do it because it sounds stupid to say I don't believe
it's really weird.
But it's just I don't. That's not.
I get if you don't want to do it because it doesn't feel authentic, because you think that the people are like trying to get clout from it.
I still don't.
Way or whatever. But if you're just talking about the act of getting an award in general, you don't like, that's fucking weird. You might want to talk to somebody about that. That's weird. You might want to something.
I don't. I don't see
Hey, listen, don't put me with this nigga. Okay, if you want to big us up and he don't want it, call me. I'll take all flowers.
Yeah,
all of
but
them. I'll take them all.
I was just gonna say that's my one amendment to the rule. I only really have that rule in place for me. If I'm a part of a team or if I'm part of a group or something like that, that's different. Because I feel like that hurts the team. Like if I'm a part of something that's big, like more than just me, then you're not going to hear about it. It is what it is. Vote to your hearts. That's the first time in my life I only sneezed once. But yeah,
that's because you're fighting it. You didn't want to sneeze the first time.
Yeah, no, yeah. I've been holding that for about 5 minutes straight. But no, if I'm a part of a group, I think that's unfair to the group.
Well, that's the group getting it, not you getting it.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't want to be like even like this, right? So it's me and you, right? So if out of the blue someone goes, "Oh, Orsini's Uncensored Mind is up for a podcast of the year," like I'm not going to say no to that because it's not just me. If it was a show,
but if it was just you,
like in the earlier episodes, if it was just me, then
if it was just you, yeah, that's weird.
Not a lot. Not allowed. Not allowed. No.
All right, well, now that we established your weirdness, we can fucking move on.
But to take it back to this, the award show that took place last night, the American Music Awards, the reason why we started with this conversation is I'm not really for them in the first place, which means that the viewing of this is actually literally torture. I have to sit here and listen to these people blow themselves.
Look at all these pussies taking awards.
Yeah. Bunch of
weak. Look at you all needing validation. What a bunch of fucking losers.
Yeah, you say it like that, but that shit is true. Look at
That's how you feel. No, I know.
Look at you on stage. Do you love me now?
I don't need you to tell me I'm great. I know I'm great. Fuck you.
And it's funny because it's a room full of people that you could tell they keep score because, like, as an example, when BTS won their award, the fucking building shook. It was crazy. But they did, like, shots of, like, people in the crowd that are, like, applauding and just like, all right, BTS, good job. And you can see them. Look at you. You just think you're hot shit, don't you? Huh? You wait till this next album drops. I'm fucking all y'all up. Y'all wait, see. But I saw a pattern forming very, very quickly before my eyes because I thought it was absolutely interesting. I was starting to kind of notice it throughout the beginning of the show, but I didn't put it together because a lot of the older talent that I saw on the show were still kind of relevant today. It's not like they plucked people from like 20 years ago. At this stage in the show that I'm about to reference, they hadn't done that. And then they literally did that. Like as soon as I said, oh, that's odd. This person's here and this person's here. That's all right. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. At least I'm not just picking random people from like whatever. And then they did. So they debuted a new category. This is the first year they've ever done it. And that's what's piqued my interest. And then I kept score after I started realizing, holy fuck, this is insane. I started realizing that this award show was relying very heavily amongst the legends and the old school artists. There was some new school talent there. And there was this one band, Somber, that we just heard for the first time. Me, Alex, and Steph are watching. And Alex is 11. He didn't know who he was. They kept calling him shirtless guy because he was wearing a shirt, but he appeared shirtless. He had sleeves, and then there was like some fabric on his side, but he basically had like a V cut. He looked like a Marvel villain, like an old school. Like it was this weird look on this guy. So there's this band called Somber, and they performed
very blousy. Very blousy.
There you go.
Very blousy.
So they won a few awards and they performed. He got caught in the rain while he was on stage. Interesting performance. We saw one what was it? Scientist something Maria or some shit. What was her fucking name? Oh man, I need to get this. Music. Hold on. Scientist something. What the hell was her name? Damn it! It's not giving me I'm not going to sit here all fucking day. But it was. I'm meeting a bunch of new people for the first fucking time. I'm just like, all right, cool. I don't watch the award shows anymore. I used
Maria
to
the
watch.
Scientist.
There it is, Maria the Scientist. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Is it like Dora the Explorer? I don't know who this is. This is Maria the Scientist. I was like, all right, I have a new scientist now. We can get rid of Bill Nye, the science guy. We now have Maria the Scientist. I was like, okay, cool. So we're meeting all these new people, which I thought was going to be the point. That's what I thought that my whole night was going to be. And then they brought up a new category. And the new category they brought up was Best Throwback Song. And I said, time out. How is that being worked out? Because it was never fucking explained. It just said, yeah, we're gonna do an award tonight called Best Throwback Song. And I was like, what? And then I saw the nominees.
That's what throws me off.
The nominees were the Black Eyed Peas, Rock That Body, which was from 2010. Four Non-Blondes, What's Up, from 1993. And the Goo Goo Dolls, Iris, from 1998. And I said, what the fuck? How? You're going to have a category called Throwback Songs. How did you land on those three? Because it really wasn't fucking explained. If anything, I sent you the clip. The two women who introduced the category decided it was probably a better idea to basically just shit on older people while they were up there. They were like, oh, before the days when you could just listen to a song by pushing a button, you had to wait for it on the radio, sitting there like some Victorian era. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. First and foremost, allow me to introduce you to the ideology that two of those fucking songs weren't even on fucking tape. So fuck you. One of them was for absolutely sure, but the other ones were fucking not. One of them still existed in the MP3 era. Thank you very much. In fact, it was the song that won, Black Eyed Peas, which I still didn't get. It's like when you don't know the rules to the game and then all of a sudden they announce the winner and you're like, all right. I mean, great. I support that. I just don't know what the fuck's happening.
Well, to her point, the two that weren't going to win,
yeah,
you could make that argument to, but the one that won, you are correct. That is an MP3 era.
That's an MP3 era song.
Yeah.
But yeah.
CDs were out of the way, I believe, around that time, if I'm not mistaken.
1998, Goo Goo Dolls. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, MP3s, yeah.
1998, I had a CD case, so I know these were on CD. Four Non-Blondes, 93, I could see tapes. I could see cassette tapes, 1993. I understand. So I went online and I was like, what the fuck is that? So it says the criteria for the AMA category of Best Throwback Song requires a song to have experienced a major resurgence in commercial popularity and viral internet presence, specifically driven by activity on social media and video platforms like TikTok.
And this is where you get to do whatever the fuck you want. Because the people today don't give a fuck about none of this. And the people who know this shit don't know the stats. Because my argument is these gotta research. Like, I'm on the internet a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Rock Your Body, sure. I can point out maybe a few things that I saw people use that. I don't remember hearing these songs. So yeah, I feel like our counter argument to that is I'm not on the internet enough to know that these songs are big on the internet. You know what I mean? So I'm just making the you might say, yeah, like, okay, these songs aren't far off. But what I'm saying is I think most people who like these songs in their time aren't gonna, like, my first thought was I don't think these songs really came back that big. Like, I feel like there's other songs that probably came back stronger than these songs. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this was made just to give the Black Eyed Peas an award.
To get the celebrity that you wanted to come to
get the award. Yeah. Because I can't fact check any of this shit, nor do I have the desire to do it. You know what I'm saying? Rock Your Body is used in a lot of dance videos that are on TikTok.
I could see that winning, but I was kind of more in line with the Goo Goo Dolls Iris song winning because that had a major comeback recently, especially over the course of the last year, to the point where, and I don't do this, but we did the trend. Me and Steph did the "How Are You" back in the 90s trend. That's where the song was played. I sent you guys my video. Remember my video from when I was the kid video of the what were you like in the 90s, Dad? And I put that video together. It was with that song, Iris, because that was the trend. And I saw everybody doing that trend, man. There were actors and sports athletes and everybody. Stone Cold Steve Austin did the trend. He showed pictures of him doing the whole Attitude Era and all that other shit. It was fun. This is, as you said perfectly, a slippery slope because the nomination criteria, I'll read this out again. This is a different thing here. The initial nominees are mathematically determined by metric tracking partners Billboard and Illuminate.
For proves that I don't know what I'm talking about as far as the data goes, for sure.
Well, no, you made a good point because if you don't know what the numbers are, and we don't, because Billboard and Illuminate may know what the numbers are, but it's not like on the screen when they tell you what the nominees are. They're throwing out metrics, where it's like, oh, this year's nominees is Black Eyed Peas with 13% of the market or whatever the fuck. Like, you don't know what the fucking numbers are. And then it says, for an older song to be nominated as a throwback, it must achieve massive spikes in the following data points during the annual eligibility tracking period. It says social network resurgence, which is hyper elevated metrics on video sharing platforms and user generated social media trends, streaming metrics, a substantial rise in modern on demand audio and video streams, digital and physical sales, renewed consumer purchase activity, and radio airplay, recurrent or contemporary radio rotation prompted by the track's modern day relevance. So, if anything, if we're going to be real, they only had 3 nominees.
Am I weird for thinking like this is a way to get for record companies to get their old songs newer spins to make money? Because now that there's an award for it, people are going to push social media to try to play old songs. Am I foil hat here like this? That's what it feels. It's just fucking weird.
Your hat's not made of tinfoil, my friend. It's very see-through, appropriate fabric. It's a regular hat. Because I was going to actually pitch an idea here where they only had 3 nominees. If that's the nominees that you want to go with, I have a song that fits that criteria to a T. And I think if you would have added it, would have probably won. And that's Kate Bush's Running Up That Hill. Because Stranger Things blew that song up. It was back on the radio. The sales were back up again. It was all over TikTok, all over Instagram. People were doing remix versions. They were recreating fucking the girl running from Stranger Things. That thing was huge when Stranger Things dropped that song. It was all over the place. So I figure that fits the criteria. It was back on the goddamn radio. All the Kate Bush was selling records, more records now than she did back in '85 when she dropped it. Another banger. That song that just what's the I said that song. Why was that not on there? That was humongous. I don't know if it related to sales. You might have to double check that,
and that's my thing, right? Like instantly when you said that, I thought it wasn't around long enough. But the problem is that they're saying fits the criteria, like the time frame of which we're tracking, basically, right? Like I don't think they selected a time frame, right? Because you're arguing what a 1993 versus a 2010 song.
Yeah,
so are they doing that? Open. What in the past 3 years? Are they doing like 2020 to like 25? Are they doing like just 24 to 26? What year frame are they doing it? Because like you could argue that one popped off after the time frame of which that they're judging this.
Yeah.
So it's really not clear on like whatever. I don't know.
No, but your explanation
of it to make money.
Yeah, no. To prove that point, they were very specific in the fact that it wasn't. If you think about it, it was smart how they played this out. It wasn't based solely off of social network usage, streaming metrics, digital sales, radio airplay. It was resurgence. It was the throwback aspect, right? So if you start promoting the idea that we're going to award musicians for making very popular songs that are used on social media, you're going to get a whole generation of people moving forward who are only going to worry about just that, because you don't need a record company to do that. So with the resurgence tag on there, it's a reminder, oh, no, not any jackwagon sitting off his couch with a MIDI machine in front of him is going to be able to win this award. No. You have to have already done the music beforehand. You know, the stuff that record companies already own, and use those songs, which, by the way, for the motherfucking record, there are social media platforms that block the usage of these songs. I can't play Goo Goo Dolls Iris on YouTube. I can't play Goo Goo Dolls Iris on Facebook. I can really only do it on Instagram. And technically speaking, I can't even do it on TikTok, because I've been flagged on TikTok for using songs. I didn't use Goo Goo Dolls Iris specifically or Black Eyed Peas, but I've used mainstream music for my videos in the past, and I get flagged for it. They'll tell you, hey, we're either going to delete this or you got to change the music or whatever the case may be. Like, edit this. This can't stay the way that it is. But now they're going to hand out awards for the songs that are being used. So I don't know.
More spins means more popular social media, which means movies are more likely to use it because they know people want it. And now we're getting a resurgence where, depending on what year that deal was made, the people may not be getting a kickback, but that record label, whoever owns it, sure as fuck going to get a kickback on that. So I don't know. It's a shame to look at this and not be excited to see old music kind of be like celebrated. But I don't know. This is always my question with award shows, and I don't know much about this, so I don't know. Are these awards voted on by the people?
In this award show, they promote pretty heavily that it's a popular vote thing.
So Steph voted. Okay. All right. So these were the nominees, and then they voted on this. People voted on this.
Yes.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm not all the way upset about it. It is what it is. I still think that it's a bigger play because I'm getting old and everything's a conspiracy theory now. But 100%. I don't mind any award show that allows the people to make the decision. Whether I know that that's actually happening or not, whether they're getting people to vote, but they're still just making the decision because you don't know the results, that I don't know. I still have my conspiracy on that. But I don't like award shows. My problem with awards is when they're given to people, especially when it comes to this, like music or something like that, about the popular opinion without the population being the one giving the award. I have a problem with that because that's all manipulation and shit like that. So whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
I hate being pandered to. I said that during the Super
Bowl. He's talking to you, Oscars and Grammys. Just picking whoever the fuck it is you want to do.
It's stupid. It's dumb.
So there was also, before we end this, to continue my thesis on the throwback, right? There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just double checking. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 performances at the AMAs. At least 7 were old school artists. That's half. I throw BTS in there because they've been around for a long time. Billy Idol.
They didn't do 13 years straight, dude. Relax.
They did the military service, but they've still been performing since the freaking early 2010s. If Black Eyed Peas is gonna get a fucking award for their
they're not 13 years deep, bro. They did like a solid few years and then they had to go do stuff. They were not a group that listen. I'm not gonna step on your group.
Then speak correctly. They started in 2013. They didn't stop till 2021. And then they took the years off, and then this is the comeback right now.
So they got half of that. They got 7 years in the game, and now they picking back up.
Okay, well, what's your excuse for Billy Idol?
What about him?
He performed.
Do I look like a fucking Billy Idol guy?
No, but you're since we're counting years, right? Because he hasn't performed in a few years.
So I'm just saying they're not old. I'm saying BTS is an old head. That's what I'm saying. Look at you. Look at you.
Billy Idol. It was on the stage. He's an older guy. I don't know if Tiana Taylor is kind of new, I guess. Keith Urban, old school. Hootie and the Blowfish performed. 21 Pilots, Pussycat Dolls, and Busta Rhymes. New Kids on the Block.
Hold on. Shout out to Busta Rhymes. He was also on the fucking. I sent you a picture of that. I think it was the Thanksgiving parade when they had in New York.
Yeah.
He did a thing, and he came in with all his like the old shit too. He out here working still.
He said he has a new. He said he has a new album coming out.
I don't know, man. I'm not really a music guy. I've learned this. Like, I was never a music guy. I listened to the music that I liked when I was younger. It's very hard to listen to new shit and like it. Like, even with the new Drake albums that came out, I respect them. I'm a big Drake fan. It don't hit me as a person anymore. You know, I'd rather go back and listen to his older albums because they do something to me. That he has some decent songs that I like on the new shit. It's really hard for me to like get into anything like new. So
old man yells at clouds over here.
Yeah, that's what I'm turning. When it comes to music, like I've never been a huge music person. So I say that to say it sounds cool that Busta's coming out with a new album, and I'm sure it would be great for people who love music and miss him, and I'm sure it will feel like a Busta album. But even it is just as good as the albums when we were listening to Busta when he was out. It's still, I promise, it just won't hit me the same. So yeah. I hope it goes off.
Probably shouldn't. You're an older person now. It shouldn't hit you the same.
Hey, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what is he, like 60 something right now?
Bro, he's up there, man. I mean, he was one of the guys that we were standing next to the radio waiting for a song to play to put it on our tape. He was one of them.
54 years old. 54 years young is Busta
He's out here still doing it, man. Shout out to, I just wanted to say, shout out to
he had me crying. He had me crying last night because he was on stage. He was one of the people presenting an award. BTS won the award. And you know how you do your little speech and they play a song as you walk off the stage and they transition to the next thing. And there was a video on YouTube of everybody leaving the stage and BTS is saying, hey, the camera. And you see Busta Rhymes following BTS going, hey, I need that photo. I need a photo. And then it cuts real quick to him getting this photo. He was like, "This with BTS."
Look at you. You glazing BTS.
Yeah. Hey, somebody has to.
They have plenty of glaze. They can do without your glaze.
No, my goodness. So I noticed that pattern yesterday. There was a lot of familiar faces on that show yesterday, but by that award, that throwback thing, slippery slope, because now, like, if that starts to work, I can start.
That's fine.
Like, do you think that starts bleeding over, like, you know, best throwback movie? Like now we're in the Oscars. Now it's like,
there's no such thing as something not working. So if you see it just like you said, there's only 3 songs. It's in its infantile stage right now. Once they figure out where the revenue will come from this, they'll figure. They got the data. All they need to do is put it out there, check the data, adjust it, and go from there. It's here. Yeah. If you don't see it again, then it didn't work. But 9 times out of 10, things are usually figured out before they're put in front of people.
So I wonder what that parameter of it worked or it didn't work really is. Like, how do you get the vibe that it worked? Like, I don't know.
The money, the revenue we don't get to see.
But as I'm saying, how do they know what revenue is coming from that specific category? Like,
if you have a
research, going back to the metrics,
clearly they have the metrics. They know what these things are doing on social media. So now all you have to do is track what songs now are being pushed from this moment forward, and you could probably tell. Right, and then as you start drilling down and doing it more, Then you can get more specifics and you understand what's coming from what. But when you start it out, you just throw it out there, take a look, collect the data, do it again, see what happens. As long as the numbers are going up.
But that's my problem, right? These nominees, I'm assuming, are songs that already had high numbers. Are they anticipating that them being involved in this category will bring more numbers?
To not specifically to those people. It's not that the Black Eyed Peas is going to make more money off of this award.
Yeah,
that's not the point. The point is that there is an award. So now you've just opened up another route for older records to get spins. So we're not worried about these guys. They already accidentally blew up. We're going to use that to let the world know, hey, you can get an award, which could incentivize people to push different things on social media, which drives interaction, which drives more people to try shit, which drives more people to use certain songs or whatever the case may be. And that could drive more for other revenue routes for other songs. They're basically just incentivized. They're creating an incentive to deliberately use older songs rather than something particularly new. Because now, if you know there's an award or you can influence that shit, you're going to go into your little crate with the records in it and try to find something specifically for your TikTok videos and stuff like that. Right now, I think it's natural. As time goes by, if it does start to show that this is working, it's going to be way more intentional. You're going to start seeing a lot more older shit being played. Right now, I think it's a fairly decent mix. But again, I'm not sitting on there every day, so I could be fucking completely wrong.
I don't think you're going to be wrong on this one. I think this was the taster test just to see what's going on. We'll see how it evolves over time.